Ongaku Geekout, where home audio and pro audio talk to each other, with Shun Yoshino and Eitan Brown.
音楽ギークアウトはホームオーディオとプロオーディオの視点で音楽を語ります。
Ongaku Geekout. Okay, we're live. Ongaku Geekout.
Ongaku Geekout.
Yeah, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, episode number 2.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple of months since the first episode. We've been a bit busy, but we're back for episode 2. So Ongaku Geekout is a podcast where two audio geeks talk about sound, music, and the concepts behind it. We come from different sides of the audio world. Shun comes from home audio as the editor-in-chief of a prominent hi-fi magazine, and I come from pro audio, recording, mixing, and mastering, and we both like to build audio gear. Sometimes we agree, sometimes we don't, and that's what might make the conversation interesting. What we're doing here is exploring audio from both perspectives at once, and inviting anyone who's curious about sound to listen in.
OK、音楽ギーカウトは、2人のオーディオオタクが音、音楽、そしてその背後にあるコンセプトについて語るポッドキャストです。私たちはオーディオ世界においてそれぞれ異なる分野から来ています。私は、ハイファイ雑誌月刊ステレオというオーディオ雑誌でホームオーディオの、雑誌の編集をしています。で、エイタンはプロオーディオ、つまりレコーディング、ミキシング、マスタリングの分野で、仕事をしています。二人ともオーディオ機械が大好きで、意見が合う時があれば合わない時もあります。それが、このポッドキャストの、面白さというかテーマでもあって、それを英語と日本語を通じて英会話の、勉強にもなるといいなみたいなコンセプトでやっています。すいません。Google 翻訳直訳で
Google 先生。
Google 先生の直訳を読みましたので。Yeah, so actually, now last night is a deadline of the next issue of the Stereo Magazine, but still don't finish.
Oh no! Are you okay? Are you okay to do this now?
Yeah, I'm waiting for the new design of the article, so now it's okay.
Okay, so for the next half hour, for the next half hour or 1 hour, you're okay.
Yeah, because I mistake the design layout because the book is start from right side or left side, so I mistake to start the right side to article, but the booksマップ、books なんていうの台割りっていうそのページ
the layout
is start from the left side, so I changed the design.
Oh, that sounds like a rookie error.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh no! I mean, you've been doing this a long time, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes we can call that a brain fart. Sometimes we have that. Right? Yeah. I do things like that a lot, actually. Sometimes I'm like making something, like building something, maybe making a cable or building some gear, and I realized I wired everything backwards. Like,
yeah,
it happens. You know, it shouldn't happen, but it happens, and then you have to fix it. You know, yeah.
It's
okay. So then you have a delay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that going to be a problem? Is that going to push the production back?
But maybe it's no problem. Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes,
Okay.
yeah. I often take.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So today,
Yep.
today we want to talk about what sounds good. What sounds good? Like that, because it sounds very basic, and it is basic. But what sounds good in home audio? Like what does good sound mean? What do you mean by good sound? And I think they mean different things for home audio and for pro audio. We're looking for different things in the sound, right? So I'm curious about what's your perspective on that? Like, what are you looking for in a good sound? What to you makes something sound good?
In home audio, my view is most important thing is don't be tired. I wanna hear for the long time.
Okay. So audio fatigue. There's
Yeah.
that term, audio fatigue. So you don't want something fatiguing that makes you tired of listening. So
Fatigue.
what would do that to you? What would make you feel tired from listening?
So, for example, very, very, very express the detail and sound is very punchy. Is so it's a so and it's so exciting, but for a long time when I listen the music, so it's like a very hot spicy food.
Okay. Yeah, it's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Soなんて言うんだろう。適度な
So,
moderate
mm,
calm sound, but not lo-fi. It's a
okay.
balance.
Okay.
うん。
So when you say not lo-fi, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, lo-fi is like a Rajikase. It's the cheap speaker, cheap component. Sound is very easy, but music is very far.
Far, like it sounds far away.
Sound, yeah. Like a BGM. So
Background music. Yeah.
yeah. Background music. I wanna into the music, but so it's important to the distance of the music and background music. It.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting to me because for me some of the points you said are
Yeah.
exactly opposite for me. But and some of the points I agree with you. So you want the music to be a little bit distant, right? But not too distant, right? I think about like going to a concert hall and seeing an orchestra. I get to listen to an orchestra in a concert hall, right? And one of the things that sounds amazing about hearing an orchestra in a concert hall, especially when you're a little bit far back, is that distance from the instruments. The room interacts with the sound more, so the room acoustics kind of blend the sounds together, and then you hear less of the attack instruments, and you hear more of the body, and that makes the sound a little bit softer and a little bit more distant. And that's one of the things that makes a concert in a concert hall sound so good, right? So that's kind of what I'm hearing from what you're saying. You want less detail, right? Or not too much detail,
Yeah.
right? And you don't want the music too punchy.
Yeah.
Okay. So then how would you achieve that if you're designing, like, home audio hi-fi components and speakers and a system,
Yeah.
what would you implement to achieve that?
It's depends on my condition. So
Okay.
recently I'm very so tired, so I don't wanna see the powerful sound. So I changed my amplifier for the transistor to the vacuum tube.
Okay.
Yeah, because vacuum tube has なんていうの, you lose sound. Don't express the punchy bass, but the sound have the more echo or so it's very easy, relaxing to listen.
Is that does that have to do with the transients? Is it because the vacuum tube responds slowly to the sound?
Yeah.
So then the initial transients of the sound don't really go through as clearly, right?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then in that case, you said you changed your amplifier at home.
Yeah.
So do you have both of them? For, like, if you have
yeah.
energy, you'll use the transistor one, and if you're tired, you'll use the vacuum tube. That's cool.
So yeah. So audio equipment is must be boredom 飽きる must be the sound get bored なんて言えばいいんだろう so if I had the music and the sound is not good, not not impressed for me. So that time I want to change the equipment timing.
Okay.
Yeah. 飽きてしまう必ず同じ音で音は。
So you want to compare the different equipments for like using the same music.
Yeah.
Depending on how you feel.
Yeah. So
right.
I change. Sometimes I change the needles for the cartridges. To change my feeling.
So you have different cartridges for the turntables.
Yeah.
For different feelings that the different mood that you have. Right?
Yeah, and it depends on the music.
Okay.
Yeah.
Depending on the music too.
Yeah, too.
Okay. Can you give 2 or 3 examples? Like different, like 2 or 3 different needles that you have, or different cartridges you have, and what would you use them for?
Yeah. For example, I need more detail. For example, the very classical music or very なんていうの sensitive music.
Mm.
I want to use a MC cartridge, moving coil type cartridge. So, and other hand, when I listen the soul rock music, I change my cartridge on the moving magnet type. It's a very punchy sound.
Mm.
So depend on the music, I change the phone cartridge or turntable.
Or the whole turntable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember last time when you showed me the two turntables that you have, and they were so different. So different. Yeah.
Big difference.
Yeah. I was amazed at how different it made the music sound. Just the turntable was different. Right?
It's a mystery.
Well, there's no magic in any of this. It's all engineering behind it. Behind these things. There are actually things that cause the sound to be what it is. It's no voodoo, no magic.
So that's the point. Home audio's hobby. I think.
Okay, yeah. So how you can kind of manipulate the way that the sound is coming out the speakers, depending on how you're feeling and what you want it to sound like in that time. So then you can play with that, right? Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
So I listened any other people's home audio system.
Mm-hmm.
So every person has every sound. It's very, very, very interesting. Even though the same speaker using, but sound is big difference.
Yeah. It depends on what the music is going through, what circuits it's going through, what components it's going through, and what speakers is putting it out, and all of it changes the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it really becomes what sound do you want, right? And then you choose which components you want to use. My video is a little blurry. My camera does that sometimes. I'm going to turn off my camera and back on. I'll edit this out after. I don't know. It does this sometimes. I think it's just getting old. I need a new camera. It's been doing this more and more.
Oh.
I don't know. Maybe it's okay. It'll just be blurry. It's like a tube sound vision.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not okay. Yeah, and now it's back to transistor. You see that? Yeah, it just does that. It goes between blurry and clear. Yeah. So in my perspective, for me, I want detail. I want clarity. I want punch. I want to feel the kick drum like kicking me in the stomach. I want to feel the bass like rattling my ass, I want to feel the boom, 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 I want to hear that. I want to hear the details in the sound. I want to hear the crisp, clear highs. I want the sound to punch me in the face. That's what I'm looking for in a sound, So, I definitely want that detail. And I think that for pro audio, I think precisely because we're delivering the sound to people who are listening on home audio systems, right? I mean, these days, like if we're lucky, not earpods,
Yeah.
and MP3, but okay, we're not. That's a separate thing. We're not talking about that. But we're delivering the sound for people who are assuming people are going to listen on home audio, right? And because of all of the things that you were saying about how the home audio systems can change the sound so much, right? Based on what your system is and what you're playing the music through, it can make such a big difference in the sound. Our goal is to deliver a sound that can translate to any of those systems. So for me, when I'm making a mix or a master of a recording, I'm not trying to soften the sound. I'm not trying to make the sound more soothing, relax. I mean, if it's supposed to be a relaxing kind of music, then yeah, I'll do that. But in general, I'm not trying to soften the sound, because the home audio systems are going to do that if the person listening wants it to go that way. Then the home audio system, the playback system, can do that part. But if I deliver a kind of a soft, more subdued, more a sound that's too round around the edges, then if you put it through that system, it's going to make it even more kind of blurry. Right? And then if someone wants to put it through kind of a punchier system, then it's not going to translate. Right? So yeah, so I'm trying to put out punchy sound, clear sound, detailed sound, with a good frequency balance, so that whatever the playback system does to it after, it's using a starting point that's kind of neutral, right? And that way the playback system can do whatever it does, and it's not going to hurt the music. It will, it'll give the listener what they're actually looking for and what they want.
So I have a question of every engineer has like a vintage tube microphone, or that's why they use that characteristic sound.
That's a good question. Why use different microphones? So at the source, when you're capturing the sound at the source, before any of the processing, before any of the balancing or anything like that, you want to capture the character of the sound that you want for that recording. Everything feeds into the end result, so the source sound is the most important. The number one top most important is the player and the instrument. That's and the performance, that's king. But from our side, our job is to capture that performance with the character that you want and the detail that you want. So, different microphones, they color the sound in different ways. to have a microphone that captures exactly the sound as it is in the room is like very rare, very hard, and very expensive. You know, I mean, every microphone is going to change the sound somehow. So the question becomes, how? What kind of change are you looking for in the sound? What kind of change are you willing to accept, or what kind of change do you actually want? So different microphones also, it's not only the actual sound, but it's also the behavior of the microphone. Like, how good is the rejection? How much rejection is there from the sides? Or how much does it reject the sound from the back of the microphone? How focused is the spotlight that it puts on the sound? That matters, especially when there are other instruments in the room. And it matters when which room you're in, and how far away, the microphone placement, how far or how close the mic is. What part of the instrument do you want to focus on, right? All of that matters. So some microphones have a wider capture. Some microphones are very narrow. Sometimes you want to get a little bit of the sound of the other instruments in from the sides. Sometimes you want to reject it. There's pretty much always going to be some sound coming in from other instruments if they're in the same room. Then there's also not just does it reject or does it not reject, but also the sound that does come in from the sides, that's not the sound you're focused on. How does that sound in that microphone? Because some microphones pick up, the sounds that it's not focused on, the other sounds in the room. Right? We call it spill or bleed, right? Some microphones will hear that and it still sounds good, right? What comes to mind is like the U67, the like vintage Neumann U67 tube mic. Beautiful sound, very expensive mic. But part of the thing that is great about it is that the sound that does come in from the sound that you're not focused on still sounds good. Whereas many other mics, the unintended sound that comes in from the sides might sound pretty bad. Right?
Yeah. What's the difference of the digital plug-in? So,
you mean digital
digital
and analog?
Digital. So in digital, so many vintage preamp or vintage microphone effects. But what's the difference of the real vintage microphone or sound effects?
Yeah. So I guess I'll talk more about not the microphones so much, but there is mic modeling. There is that digital mic modeling. And I have some experience using mic modeling, but it never really captured my love so much, or I haven't used it all that much because I wasn't. I thought it's kind of cool, but the technology is getting better. But I've used like analog modeling plugins of processors and hardware and effects and things like that, like especially like compressors and EQs, and other like delay effects and things like that. And the concept behind the modeling, the analog modeling plugins, just a quick aside in case anyone's listening and they have no idea what we're talking about with analog modeling plugins, they're digital plugins are software effects and digital signal processing, and the analog modeling ones are when the developers take a physical analog hardware unit and reverse engineer it and analyze all of the characteristics of it and everything, and then try to replicate that digitally. And then they put it out with, a nice interface that looks a lot like the hardware unit, complete with screws and scratches on the, and all of that stuff, which is marketing. It's brilliant marketing. And when they do that, they're most of the time they're taking one specific hardware unit that they have, and they will model their plugin based on that one. And in the nature of hardware, analog hardware, is each one is going to be a little bit different. Even the same hardware unit is going to be a little bit different, just because it's a bunch of hardware, a bunch of components like capacitors and all of the components that go into it, and the soldering and the wiring and the temperature of the room changes the behavior. So they're all going to be they're all going to have some slight differences, but that's okay. The analog modeling has advanced so much that it's really quite impressive at this point. It's really really good.
Really good.
Really good.
Sound.
Yeah.
Better than digital software sound.
Well, the sound, I can't really say it's better or worse. It's very, they get it to be very similar in terms of the sound. However, it's the behavior. It's not only the sound, it's behavior. And the behavior might not be exactly the same. Even the sound might not be exactly the same, but that's okay, because even the hardware units are different, from one to the other. So, for me, it doesn't have to sound exactly the same. It doesn't have to. If it's kind of like, this is basically behaves like this compressor, and I'm looking for a compressor that behaves a certain way. And if I don't have the hardware unit and I have the plugin, I'll use the plugin, and it might not be exactly the way the hardware unit was. I don't care. That's not important to me. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. In the early days of plugins and analog modeling, the technology was younger, and there were it wasn't quite right. The technology was where it was, and the sound was not as good. There was something kind of like thin, brittle about the sound, a little bit harsh, right? It sounded like very, very quote unquote digital. But now I don't think that's the case anymore. The plugins sound amazing, and then in terms of workflow, it's definitely easier. Definitely much easier. You have total recall every time. The drawbacks are you can't like physically just reach for knobs and turn like two knobs at a time. You can only turn one at a time. There's also the tactile feel of interacting with the hardware, which is a real thing, because there's a feeling in that, and that feeling translates to the sound. that you're making too. So yeah, there's that. Um, then part of the thing about the analog hardware, especially the vintage stuff, that somehow like people like is that inconsistency, that kind of non-linearity, like when that something behaves not exactly as you expect. Um, and then that's kind of like adds to the character of the sound. But that has been modeled in the analog modeling plugins now. So I think the plugins are very advanced. Now, personally, I actually I've used the analog modeling plugins a lot, and now I'm kind of moving away from those and more towards if I'm using plugins, then I want to use plugins that are not trying to be like the hardware. I want the plugins to do more than the hardware can do. Yeah. So, yeah, and I have some hardware, and I use the hardware when I want that sound.
Yeah,
But
so
yeah,
in home audio, I wonder the preamp has the function of the digital modeling system, but there's no equipment in here, and some people using the digital equalizing, it's called DSP, digital sound processor, to exchange the analog network. Yeah, the sound is more better than used to, for example, 5 years ago. It's very, very good, more good sounds in digital. So, but it's very, when I listen to sound, the digitally sound is so I can't feel relaxing. Very tired. So that I don't know. That's why the sound is very great, very precisely, but it's I feel too much.
do you feel like that it loses like the depth dimension? Like, is everything too forward?
Yeah. And the sounds feel very cold.
That's interesting. I wonder what does that mean? What does how does it sound cold? What's missing?
I don't know. Cold is from maybe the speaker is need more bass, so speakers cone paper is more thick than used to, so very slowly, and they need very high power, so it makes the sound dull, more dull.
Because it needs more power, but it's not getting more power.
Yeah. Vintage equipment is a very, they need low power and high compliance. So, So it's very easy feeling.
Mm. So the newer speakers are thicker. They need
Yeah.
higher power,
Yeah.
right? But the don't the components also give more power now? The newer components?
Hmm?
Do the components, the amplifiers?
Yeah. It's
Uh,
more big power.
mm,
So they use なんだろう switching,
the power supply.
but yeah. So
Okay, so then overall, then if it needs more power and it's getting more power,
yeah.
but it sounds like what you're saying is then it's overall the system is less sensitive,
Yeah. That's
right?
true.
Like
Yeah.
if the paper is thicker
Yeah.
and then it needs more power and it's getting more power,
Yeah.
but then there's less sensitivity to the nuance.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So now digital power amplifier has a 200 or 300 wattage, but the vintage vacuum tube amp is just only 5 watt or something.
Wow, that much?
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah.
That's like 100 times.
Yeah.
What?
It's a big difference. More.
That's mad.
I think that's the point of the big difference of the
Mm,
vintage sound and modern sound.
okay. Yeah. So around when you're talking about the kind of those vintage sound and modern sound, around what year was the big change? Or not one? It's not 1 year, but one period of time. When would you say, like, what before what year is vintage, and then after
so I think it's due to the recording system. It's maybe 4-track, 8 tracks, 16 track, and more. So they need more power, more frequency, and they need more big amplifier. So the vintage, I think it's a 4 or 8 track era.
Okay.
Like the early 70s.
Right. Yeah. Well, the Beatles recorded Sgt. Pepper on 4-track.
Yeah.
Right. So, and that at the time that was new technology. That was 67.
Yeah, 67. Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was new technology at the time. 4-track. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the bass is big difference.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
Recently, most of the musicians don't use the electric bass. It's like more deep bass, and they use the digital synthesizer
Right.
and express the 10 hertz, 15 hertz. So deep.
Yeah, 10 hertz, 15 hertz. That's that's not. We don't hear that. That's more of like something that you feel. That's just to rumble the room. But can the speakers even reproduce 10 hertz? 15
No,
hertz?
it needs a subwoofer.
But even how low can a typical subwoofer go in a home stereo system?
No. Most of people don't use the subwoofer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So like 10 hertz, 15 hertz, like I wouldn't let those frequencies through in a like in a final master. When I'm mixing and from preparing a master of a recording, if there's 10 hertz information, I cut it out. I cut it out because it's eating up headroom. It's it's moving the speakers in a way that's unnecessary, and it just takes up energy. And so it's inefficient, and it's going to take away from the rest of the music. So I cut that out. Even 20 hertz, kind of like the threshold of our hearing. Even that, I don't usually let that through so much, and
audio maniacs love that 10 or 20 hertz.
Well, yeah. I don't think there's that many recordings though that that contain such low frequencies. I mean, I'm not in the minority by cutting out those frequencies.
High frequency same too. Over 40 kilohertz, so including the sound is. So some audio mania believe that that's a real sound, but I don't need.
Yeah. Well, we can't hear it. But it's more. It's more about the filters. I mean, this is a whole other topic, with like oversampling, and because we only hear up to the basic human hearing is up to 20,000 hertz, but maybe very, very young children can hear that high, but most adults can't hear 20K. And as we age, it gets lower and lower. How high we can hear. But still, the material, the information above those frequencies are there, and they do have a purpose. Even if we can't hear it, they have a more kind of like a behind the scenes function for the sound that we can hear. It affects the frequencies that are lower in the audio range. Yeah. So if you do roll off those frequencies, those high frequencies, then how you roll them off matters. Right? If you use a very steep filter, there's going to be a resonance, right? And and it can also kind of fold back into the audio range, and it'll sound chaotic, and it's going to kind of distort the high frequencies. So, the type of filter that you use for cutting out the highs makes a difference. It matters, right? I mean the EQ that I built goes up to 50K.
50K. Oh 50K. My God.
I can't hear. I can't hear it, but the fact that it goes up there, it kind of it makes that whatever roll off occurs, whatever happens, like when rolling off the high frequencies, and then whatever artifacts come from that, is happening so far out of the audio range that you can't hear that. So it's like giving extra cushion space for the distortion to happen outside of the range that we can hear. So it keeps what we can hear very clean and accurate.
So some reports says the sound, of course we can't hear over 20 kilohertz, but the body feels up to about 50 kilohertz or something. Like air. So that's why I'm very tired of the big frequency sound.
Okay.
So I don't need a very high resolution sound.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanna roll off to use a vacuum tube.
Mhm. Right.
And
Yeah. Vacuum tube rolls off the high frequencies
yeah,
too.
and analog
Mm.
analog vinyl is a very low frequency.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's very easy to listen.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've also seen studies about about psychology too, and psychological
Mhm.
effect, and high, very high frequencies that we can't hear. They still do affect our psychology. But the part about that I'm skeptical about is that most of the systems that we use to even listen to music, whether it's headphones or speakers, they can't reproduce those high frequencies anyway. They can't. So then, yeah, how do those super high frequencies that are not just beyond our hearing, but they're beyond what the equipment can even reproduce, that can even present to us. So if the speakers can't even put out 40K, then
Oh,
how can the 40K how can we measure that effect that it's having on us psychologically or physically if there's no 40K even coming out of the speakers? So that I'm skeptical about that. I don't know about that. You know,
but
I mean, I can say if there's 40K, then the limit of the speakers, that cutoff, wherever the cutoff is, it's going to cause distortion with whatever information is beyond it. It's going to affect what's underneath it. And so having the extra space, like I said before, having the extra space so that the distortion happens, above the audio frequency range, then that's fine. But then still you're not getting 40K, right?
But do you know that super tweeter
What's
in
that?
the home audio?
Mm,
The audio maniacs at more more tweeter.
mm,
It's called super tweeter.
okay.
It's express over 20 kilo and up to, they say, maybe 50 kilohertz or
50,
something.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there are some microphones too that can capture up to 100 kilohertz. Yeah,
as well.
like
So
like Sanken makes,
yeah.
some uh yeah. I mean, eh, I usually roll off those frequencies anyway in
Mm.
mixing, and if it's there, then definitely by the time it reaches the mastering, um, I'm usually rolling off those frequencies.
Mm.
And but I want to have those frequencies there to roll, so I can roll them off gently, so I can control how they're being rolled off. Because if like us, like before, if you cut it off with a filter that's too steep, then it's going to distort. So I want to have control about how to roll them off, but I'm going to roll them off. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think the roll off is best roll off is to using the analog equipment than digitally effects.
For home audio.
Yeah, for home
Yeah.
audio.
Okay. Because in Pro Audio, we have some very advanced tools that can do the roll off very precisely and with a lot of control. And so, whatever the analog hardware is doing, like the at this point, the digital tools can replicate that, and with more control. So yeah, I use some analog hardware, and that hardware naturally rolls off some of the frequencies, but in the end, in the final stage, I'm still going to use some of the digital tools to to make sure that it's the extreme highs are being rolled off in a controlled way that's not causing distortion, and same with the very low frequencies too. And then there's also DC offset. That's way down in the 0 to 10 hertz range. And if there's any DC offset there, then by cutting off the low frequencies below like 10 or 15 hertz, you're getting rid of that DC offset, which then is going to affect, especially in vinyl. DC offset has a big effect on vinyl, right? So so I want to get rid of that. So there's no problem, right? So again, so we can deliver a final master that can translate to any playback system. Right? Yeah. Yeah. So then that bringing it back to where we started. It's what I'm looking for in a sound is something that can translate to any system. Presenting the clarity, punch, detail, and without coloring the sound beyond what the artist wanted, or what the producer was envisioning for their sound, and then produce that, and then present that kind of pure sound, of this is the producer's vision. And then the playback systems can do what they do to please the listener, Yeah.
Yeah, in home audio is a many different way to get my own sound. But in my opinion is for relaxing and to listen to music and escape from reality.
That's why we like to listen to music, right? It's one of the things, right?
So I don't need details. Very real detail. I don't need.
Okay. Yeah.
So I like the noise, the background noise.
Okay.
By now.
Right. You like a high noise floor and like soft transients.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I like a lot of detail. I like low noise. I like a very clear sound, like on a totally pitch black background. Right.
I think engineer should go to your direction. Sometimes I feel so the engineer making own sounds, so it's not good. I think.
Yeah, because then you get it, and then what can you do with that? It's right. Because you get it, you get that sound. If it's already like kind of make the engineer, you said, makes their own sound, and then you get that and you put it through your system. And it's like you're starting. It's like you're trying to paint a picture on a canvas that already has colors on it.
Yeah.
Right?
So, and
So,
I wanna hear the music. I don't want to hear the engineering sound.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's, that's, I totally agree with you there. That as engineers, our job is to be invisible,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, like, it's not, we need to do no harm. And the best is if someone listens to the music and they don't even notice the engineering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. That's the best quality, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what music do you think fits that?
Yeah, it's very difficult, but I'm very highly. My best recording I ever had is wait a minute. It's the
Oh, yeah.
Walking Man's Dead,
Okay.
Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
That sound is very super naturally, and music is same great. So it's my best recording.
Wow.
Yeah, the guitar sound is very real and very punchy drums, but not too much detail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What year was that recorded?
And it's maybe 70 or 69.
Okay.
Yeah. 70. Yeah. That's a best recording. I highly recommend.
Right on. Great. Yeah.
Yeah, Grateful Dead is always just they care about the sound.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I love that band.
Yeah, that's true. They cared very much about the sound.
Yeah.
They had their famous wall of sound for
Yeah.
live. Like their sound guy was what was his name? Osley?
Yeah.
Osley, yeah.
Yeah.
And he developed their sound system, and they toured with that, like just a big wall of speakers. And
Yeah. It's very similar to the home audio way. They use the very high-end home audio amplifier and using the home audio speakers to make the wall of sounds.
Yeah.
So biggest high-end audio PH system. Crazy.
Yeah, and they toured with that for years and years.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. One recording engineer that to me is not just to me, I think many people regard him as one of the greatest, was Al Schmidt.
Oh, Al Schmidt.
Yeah. And one of the things that Al Schmidt passed away recently. What was it, like 3 years ago now?
Yeah.
Something like that. But he passed away at the age of 91, I think. He was working until his very last day. He was still working every day. And he recorded a lot of like big band stuff. And he'd been working for like 70 years, more than 70 years. So he's seen different musical trends coming and going, and but his one of his things was that he used the microphones as the EQ. So before, you were asking about different microphones, and the different microphones have different sounds and different rejection patterns. And he was a master of placing the mics exactly to shape the sound that he wanted to get. So he didn't use EQs. He didn't have to, because if he was like, well, if you want more low, then bring the mic closer, or or turn or angle it this way. You want less low, then angle it differently, or move it farther away. Or he used the microphones and the combinations of microphones and the placement of the microphones to shape the sound exactly the way he wanted it, and he was a master at that. Yeah.
I used to listen the Duke Ellington's album, so recorded by Al Schmidt. That was mono, but sounded very 3D.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah, from mono recordings, right?
Yeah.
He there was one interview I saw with him once where he was trying to get a better sound from a big band ensemble that he was recording, and then I guess at night he couldn't sleep, and then like boom, a light bulb went off in his head, and he went to the studio and he rearranged where the musicians were sitting. And I think what he did was the back row, he kind of elevated them a little bit. Everything else stayed the same. Nothing else changed. And that made the whole difference. And he recorded that, and then he asked his assistant, he's like, come listen to this. The assistant was amazed, like, what'd you do? He said, I just raised the back row a little bit. That's it. That was Al Schmidt, and his recordings are timeless. Right? Yeah. So good sound, right? Good sound.
Yeah. It's a very simple way is his best. So not adding the EQ or something.
Yeah.
Very simple.
Yeah, and he was able to do that without EQ. I think the rest of us need EQ. The rest of us need EQ. I mean, we can't. We're not Al Schmidt. I mean, we can aspire to be like Al Schmidt. We can learn from Al Schmidt, and we do. But that's like, he was the Michael Jordan of recording.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So I think this is a good place to leave it. We can wrap it up there. I think you might have the answer you're waiting for the magazine. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it probably came, right? Yeah, you have to get on it.
I don't want to see the email.
Yeah, the storm is coming. But so this is episode 2. So for anyone listening, thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
In the first episode, I just want to apologize because there was a few moments of echo when my voice was echoing, and that's because I never had to use the headphones before, and it was never a problem, but it was with this. We're using this other kind of platform software stuff for recording this, and they didn't have the same kind of noise canceling features as what I'm used to. So there was echo. Sorry about that. It won't happen this time. I've got headphones on and turned off my speakers. So yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
And look forward to next time. Great. You wanna say anything? Sign off?
It's enough. It's enough.
It's enough. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then thank you very much. ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.